If you're not gonna spend on me, get out of my DM. Do not be wasting my time. I'm not interested.
Well, there is something to be said about being upfront and honest.
I think that's all you should know. I'm very expensive. I have a very expensive taste. I'm like trying to get another piano.
Oh my, there's at least one word for that, if not several.
So, make it make sense.
So to make it make sense in the easiest possible way, that individual sounds like they're charging for their time.
I cannot be wasting my time on someone that's not spending on me. You know what I mean? Does it add up?
It kind of makes a person wonder what exactly that would add up to.
It sounds like you're diving deep into some intriguing relationship dynamics and the nuances of attraction. The perspectives you shared highlight some important points about the complexities of dating and the expectations people bring into relationships.
I stayed with someone after I got cheated on, and I'm going to tell you why it was the worst decision of my life. They might be forgiving for what they did, and they might show it through their behavior, but you can never get it out of your mind. You will always second guess them. You will always worry. You will always feel paranoid that they're going to do it again. You will always question why they did what they did, and the thoughts will run rampant in your mind. You will question what they did, why they did it, how many times they did it, and it will drive you crazy. You will constantly compare yourself to other women. Your emotions are all over the place. You feel sad, disgusted, resentment, hate, hurt. It all just consumes you because you start to question why someone that you loved so much had the ability to hurt you in the worst fucking ways. And no matter what you do, you will never get answers out of them because they are protecting themselves. They might love you, but they don't want to let you in on everything because they know they make themselves vulnerable, and they know there's a potential if you were to find out everything, you would actually walk away. You need to ask yourself whether you're staying because you genuinely do love them or because you're attached to them and you're scared to move on and let go. A lot of the time your ego is hurt, so then you try to hold on to that person to prove to yourself that they desire you and they want you, when realistically them cheating has nothing to do with you. You need to make a definite decision for yourself because you don't want to live a life of misery and just stay for the sake of staying. There's billions of people in this world. You are bound to meet someone that's 10 times better. The fact I stayed showed them that I was willing to tolerate anything and everything. So then it made them do it again because they knew they could disrespect me and I would still be there. So realistically, you need to decipher whether the person that you're with genuinely is remorseful or whether they don't have good intentions. Because a lot of the time they don't. A lot of the time if they cheat once, they're going to do it again. If they cheat twice, they're definitely going to fucking do it again. So protect yourself and let go of people that don't serve you.
The notion that some women prioritize financial stability over genuine connection raises significant questions about what truly matters in a partnership. It's not uncommon to see people who equate love with financial security, but often, these relationships end up being transactional rather than meaningful.
Ladies, do not ever date the ugly guy.
Well, there's something indeed to be said for putting a person's shallowness on full display.
I know, he's nice, he's funny, he is so into you, he's so much fun. Right now, he is. He has to be all of those things right now because he knows he's got a face for radio, so he better work on that charm.
Right, because they couldn't have possibly anything else to offer.
I'm gonna date you, this woman who seems pretty far out of his league, right? A woman who also treats him really well with dignity and kindness.
So what exactly is the problem here?
He's gonna start thinking, you know what? Maybe I've got a lot to offer.
Oh, heaven forbid someone actually gains some self-confidence.
Treat a mediocre man like a king. He actually starts believing he's a king.
What I'm hearing so far is that a person shouldn't be treated well unless they measure up to a certain standard of attractiveness in a relationship.
And he goes out there to spin the block to see if he can get even better than you. He won't. He won't. He'll find a lot out there, maybe a couple crazy gals or two.
Because apparently, only crazy individuals would date someone who isn't conventionally attractive, right?
Date the hot guy instead, seriously, because they never ever actually become assholes. They don't have those same feelings of shame and defectiveness, that insecurity like the ugly guy.
I almost can't believe what I'm hearing, but believe it or not, there are individuals out there that actually believe you can tell everything you need to know about a person based just on what they look like.
I'll never ever, ever win with the ugly guy.
And sometimes what is most unattractive about a person is their personality.
When someone claims they only date men who can pay for the full package, it's a red flag that suggests they might be more interested in a luxury service than a real partnership. Relationships built on superficial criteria often lead to dissatisfaction and emotional drain, both for the person who feels like a wallet and for the one who's chasing status. Then there's the idea of manifestation being touted as a shortcut to success. This is where reality checks become crucial. While dreaming big is important, believing that the universe will hand you what you want without putting in the work can lead to disappointment. Hard work and personal growth are foundational to achieving goals, whether in love or life.
I have never in my life been attracting more than I am right now. I will just say that I want something out loud and I receive it within the day. I've been studying manifestation for the past 3 years or so. I've read countless books, watched so many videos. Only of the past 2 months have I mastered the technique. There are 4 things I specifically do every single second of the day that keep me attracting the things that I want all the time. For starters, I never say negative things about myself or about my life. Never will you catch me saying something bad about myself. I refuse to sing negative song lyrics. I just won't put it out into the universe. Practice saying positive things about yourself and about your day constantly. If I look in the mirror, I'm saying something positive about myself. If you don't know any affirmations, then watch an affirmation video. It will change your life. Seriously, start talking positive about yourself. It'll change everything. Another thing you will never catch me do is listening to negative music. I will not listen to sad music. Music has such a profound impact on us and on our vibrations that if you're listening to depressing music all day, you're gonna be depressed. There's no way around that. You're gonna be sad. If you choose to listen to happy, upbeat music, you're gonna be a happy person. It's gonna make you happier. It's such an easy way to put out positive energy and emotions without really trying. Another thing is I am constantly in a state of gratefulness. The universe wants to give gifts and blessings to people who will acknowledge it and receive it. Who wants to give a gift to somebody and they're just this sucks. Fuck this. Nobody wants to do that. So why would the universe give you shit if you're not going to acknowledge it? Be grateful for what you have. There are so many little things that you have that you can be grateful for. You just haven't acknowledged them. I am grateful for everything I have. Everything that happens to me, I'm grateful for all of it. I'm constantly grateful. When I'm walking around or in the car driving around, I will find something that I am grateful for always. The universe doesn't want to give shit to people who can't acknowledge what they're getting. Another thing that I do is I assume the best always. If I walk past a group of people and they're talking and looking at me and whispering, I'm going to assume they're saying something good about me. I'm never going to assume they're talking shit, and they could be. They might be. I don't know that. So why would I say that? Because, I'm creating my own reality. If I say they're talking good things about me, they're talking good things about me. It's my world. Another thing I will say is to feel your emotions fully. If I feel sad or overwhelmed throughout the day, I will allow myself to feel that. I'm not going to bottle it up. In the past, I've always been the type of person that bottled stuff up. But it's so important to allow yourself to feel it, and it's changed my life to allow myself to have a clear conscience. What I do is I will acknowledge the emotion I'm feeling, and I will release it completely. I'll cry, I'll do what I have to do to completely release the emotion and move on. You have to go into it with the intention that as soon as you're done feeling it, you're going to let it go and you're going to move on. You cannot manifest with a busy and heavy conscience. You just can't do it. You have to have a clear conscience. And the only way to clear that is by feeling every single thing that you have bottled up. It's scary, but if you go into it with intention, it's not that scary. I promise.
The concept of preparation luck emphasizes that while you can hope for opportunities, you also need to take concrete steps to create them. As for the statistics on infidelity, they serve as a stark reminder of how trust issues can linger and complicate future relationships. The idea that nearly half of those who cheat might do it again is unsettling. It's definitely wise to think carefully before revisiting the past.
Why you should never go back to your ex. Let me tell you about this. So my brother sparked this question. I seen it on his show. And the reason why most people don't go back to their ex is very simple. But a lot of people don't think about it. It's because in order for you to go back to your ex, you would have to be that person that you was with your ex. See, a lot of people grow from every bad breakup or every relationship they grow they do what's called reflection, and they start to reflect on the things that they tolerate, right? What they tolerated in the relationship and what they accepted, because toleration breeds acceptance, right? So once the relationship is over, you create new rules for yourself, right? Y'all like to call them boundaries. I call them standards. So in order for you to go back to your ex, you must now go back to that person you was, which takes a lot of energy to go back in life in reverse. So a lot of people are not going to do that, right? So a lot of times when you go back to your ex, you got to bring up old feelings, right? You're on guard, right? You're like, oh, I don't know if you're going to hurt me. I don't know if you're going to do this, or I don't know if she's going to do that. You're always tensed up. That takes a large amount of energy opposed to going forward. Because even though the going forward is unknown, the knowing can sometimes be worse. So once you grow and you have growth and you go, you start to be a better person in your life and you start to heal and go through things. Going back, it's too much trauma. It's too much trauma. So a lot of people grow past a person and don't want to go back to being that normal person that the ex is used to seeing. So the ex hasn't earned the right, I hate to say this, to get the new you.
Getting back with an ex can feel tempting, but it often means reopening old wounds and risking the emotional turmoil that comes with them. Ultimately, navigating the world of dating requires a balance between seeking security and fostering genuine connection. Recognizing one's worth and setting healthy boundaries is crucial. How do you find that balance, especially in a landscape where so many seem to prioritize looks or financial gain over deeper qualities?
Have you ever noticed that boy math seems to be that if they want to compliment you on something, they just point that thing out? For example, today, a lad said to me, "You've straightened your hair." Great observation. I said, "Yes, I have." And then he follows that up with saying, "It looks nice." And I don't know if this is a conscious thing that lads do, where they just identify the thing they want to compliment you on before they actually compliment you, when they could just compliment you. Like, it's not that deep. But to be honest, I find it quite cute that they do that. So long may it live.
And that wraps up today's episode of Manosphere Daily. If you enjoyed the content, give it a like. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified as soon as a new video is out. Share your thoughts in the comments below. See you all tomorrow.